Good morning, Willowbrook. I am happy to share with you this morning from the book of 1 Kings chapter 2, and I have a couple parts I want to read to you. There's some really good application in here that I think that you'll greatly benefit from. So what's happened here, of course, is David has died. And so, it's the end of an era. It's a huge thing that's happening here. So in 1 Kings 2, verses 1 through 4, I'm going to read them to you. Now the days of David drew near that he should die, and he charged Solomon his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be strong, therefore, and prove yourself a man, and keep the charge of the Lord your God. This is the part I love. Keep the charge of the Lord your God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes, his commandments, his judgments, and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that you may prosper in all that you do and wherever you turn, that the Lord may fulfill his word which he spoke concerning me, saying, if your sons take heed to their way, to walk before me in truth, with all their heart and with all their soul, he said, you shall not lack a man on the throne of Israel. Now this chapter is like 46 verses long, so it's a lengthy one. So there's a lot of things that are going to happen from here till we get to the end. But the very last verse, verse 46, it says, thus the kingdom was established in the hand of Solomon. And what I kind of picked out of there, because I love to find reference between Old Testament and New Testament, because that's the covenant, of course, that we live under with Jesus. And so there's a part in that sounded familiar, right? When he said, walk in his ways, keep his statutes, his commandments, his judgments, his testimonies, right? And he was like, with all your heart, with all your soul, follow after truth. And so what does that remind you of? It sounds familiar, right? So in Matthew 22, verses 36 through 39, they're talking to Jesus, and they say, teacher, which is the great commandment in the law? And Jesus said to him, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. And so what I wanted to ask you today, and I hope that you'll not just kind of take that as okay, she's asking me right now, but like take some heart and think about it today of, do you love the Lord? Do you love Jesus with all of your heart, all of your soul, and all of your mind? So your soul is your mind, your will, and your emotions, right? So our emotions are easy. It's easy to love when the relationship is on a high. It's easy to love when everything's going great and everybody's getting along and there's no issues. But then you disagree. Or then somebody makes a mistake or something goes wrong, and then your emotions can betray you and go the wrong direction. And so that's why, like in our marriages with our children, we have that commitment. We love unconditionally. We love no matter what. And that's the way it is with Jesus. But think about our relationship with God. And he loves us. He wants to know. He wants us to tell him. He wants us to express it. Lord, I love you, and I need you with me today. I need you to lead and guide me and direct me and show me the way that I should go. Loving him with your heart and your soul and your mind, making a conscious decision daily. Lord, I choose, just like David charged Solomon to walk in all of his ways, to fulfill the commandments, the plan, the purpose that God had laid out. We need to do that for ourselves too, and we need help doing it. And so it's like, Lord, I love you and I need your help. I want to fulfill and do all that you've put me on this earth to do, that you have planned and laid out before I was even formed in my mother's womb, what that plan would be. And so I want to walk in that. But I also want to commit to you and tell you that I love you. Like, do you say those words out loud? Like, we love to hear that, right? I want to hear people tell me that they love me. I think it's awesome. I love hearing that. Well, so does God. He wants to hear that. So today I would just ask that you really think, do I have that depth of love relationship with him? And if I don't, who or what does? Because something does. And so it's very easy for things to become idols in our life. And so if we have something that's more important to us than our relationship with the Lord, if we have something that we our different relationship that is a greater priority, that's what we need to evaluate. So take some time today and think about that. Think about, just as as David charged Solomon to keep all those commandments, walk in those statutes, fulfill them. And you have to do this regularly, daily, reminding yourself, are you at that place in your life where you're doing that? And if not, asking the Lord to help you. Just be committed to that. Your relationship with Him will get stronger than ever. Like when you tell somebody that you love them, when you tell someone that you're committed to them, when you tell them, the relationship gets stronger, and yours will get stronger with the Lord. And that is super important. It'll create that bond. So tell Him today. Tell Him that you love Him. Tell Him that you need Him. Tell Him that you want to fulfill and do all the things. You want to love Him with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And you want to love your neighbor as yourself, so that we can go out into this world and be the light in the dark place, right? So have a wonderful day. I hope that that word has just encouraged you and made you kind of stop and think a little bit, and tell the Lord today that you love Him and that you need Him. And have an awesome day.